Captain Evelyn Rayne stood aboard the command deck of Earth's flagship, the Aurora, watching the immense alien fleet materialize on the viewport. Massive, sleek alien vessels shimmered ominously, dwarfing anything humanity had ever built. A cold, emotionless voice suddenly echoed through every human communication channel. "Humanity, you have been classified as a cosmic anomaly. Your existence threatens galactic stability. Prepare for eradication." Evelyn clenched her fists, determination flaring in her eyes. "They're calling us an anomaly," she said quietly, turning to her officers. "They don't understand humanity's real strength." Her first officer, Commander Jared Kane, looked at her skeptically. "Captain, we can't match their technology. What can we do?" Evelyn turned sharply, eyes blazing with defiance. "We unite. Humanity's greatest strength is its resilience and unity. Rally every ship, every colony. Tell them to stand with us. This is our last hope." She turned back, looking at the alien fleet, her voice firm and steady. "If they think humanity is weak, they're about to learn how wrong they are. Subscribe now. Humanity's last stand begins." Evelyn and her crew landed on the barren edge of the galaxy, a planet forgotten by history, now cloaked in shadows and swirling dust storms. Before them loomed the ruins of an ancient civilization, a lost society that held the key to humanity's survival. As they stepped into the abandoned city, ancient holographic symbols flared to life, guiding them forward. Evelyn studied the glowing runes carefully, feeling a strange connection. The ruins seemed alive, reacting to her presence. Commander Kane stepped beside her cautiously. "Captain, do you think the answers we need are really here?" "They have to be," Evelyn replied firmly, pushing forward. "We don't have time for doubt." Inside the central chamber stood a pedestal with a crystalline artifact pulsing gently. Evelyn approached carefully, reaching out her hand. The moment she touched it, visions surged into her mind, images of power, unity, and ancient knowledge. "Captain!" Kane called as the chamber began to shake. "We have to get out!" "No!" Evelyn shouted back, determination in her eyes. "We found the secret. This is how we fight back." She grasped the artifact tightly, feeling its energy merge with hers. At once, the shaking stopped, leaving Evelyn standing transformed and resolute. She turned to her crew, eyes blazing. "Now," she declared, "we're ready to save humanity." Evelyn felt a strange, unfamiliar energy coursing through her veins. The ancient artifact had awakened something powerful, overwhelming yet empowering. But the cost was clear. It threatened to consume her if she couldn't control it. Back on the Aurora, the crew watched Evelyn carefully as the artifact's power pulsed within her, glowing faintly beneath her skin. "Captain, are you all right?" Kane asked, eyes filled with concern. Evelyn's gaze hardened with determination. "I have to be. We have no choice." As the alien fleet closed in on Earth, Evelyn moved quickly, interfacing with the Aurora's systems. Her hands danced across the controls, releasing a wave of energy from the artifact, sending shockwaves rippling through space. The alien fleet faltered momentarily, their vessels stunned by the ancient power. But Evelyn's strength was rapidly draining. "Captain!" Kane shouted as she collapsed onto one knee, struggling to breathe. "I can handle it." Evelyn insisted, her voice strained but defiant. "We need this to survive." She stood once more, her eyes glowing fiercely. The artifact's power surged through her, merging with her very essence. She felt stronger than ever, but at what cost? "Prepare for the final battle," she commanded. "We're taking Earth back." The alien fleet regrouped, massive ships converging around Earth, ready to unleash their devastating firepower. But as the enemy ships closed in, Evelyn stood at the command deck, her eyes blazing with a fierce resolve. She raised her hand, and the artifact's energy surged through her, pulsing outward. The Aurora glowed brilliantly as the ancient technology synchronized with the ship's systems, amplifying their power tenfold. "Engage!" Evelyn commanded, her voice echoing through every comm system in the fleet. Human and alien vessels clashed in a spectacular storm of energy and fire, illuminating the darkness of space. The enemy was unprepared for the sudden onslaught, their arrogance shattered by humanity's newfound power. As enemy ships fell one by one, Evelyn's strength wavered. She struggled against the overwhelming force of the artifact's power within her, threatening to consume her completely. "Captain!" Kane yelled over the chaos. "You're pushing yourself too far." "I can handle this," Evelyn shouted, her voice filled with determination. Summoning every ounce of her will, she unleashed a final devastating wave of energy, crippling the enemy flagship and forcing the alien fleet to retreat. The battlefield fell silent. Evelyn sank to her knees, exhausted but triumphant. "It's done," she whispered, breathing heavily. "We've turned the tide." But even as victory filled the air, Evelyn knew their greatest challenge was yet to come. Captain Evelyn Rayne stood on the bridge of the Aurora, the glow of Earth filling the viewport before her. The alien fleet had been defeated, their ships retreating into the darkness of space, leaving humanity and its allies victorious. But victory had not come without cost. She turned slowly, facing her crew, who looked at her with pride and exhaustion etched into their faces. "Today," Evelyn began, her voice clear and steady, "we didn't just win a battle, we changed the galaxy. For the first time, humanity is no longer seen as an anomaly. We've shown them our true strength, unity, resilience, and courage." The crew erupted into applause, smiles and cheers echoing across the bridge. But Evelyn knew there was one last thing to be done. A week later, Evelyn stood before a massive assembly, composed of humans and alien representatives alike. Behind her, a holographic map of the galaxy shimmered softly, highlighting the territories now unified by newfound cooperation. "We stand here today," Evelyn addressed the crowd, her voice firm yet warm, "to mark the beginning of something extraordinary, a new era. Humanity has always been more than just a planet. We are ideas, dreams, and the courage to act upon them." She paused, eyes scanning the crowd. "We are not alone anymore. We have learned from each other, grown stronger through unity. This alliance isn't just about survival. It's about building a future where we stand side by side, understanding each other." From the crowd, Kale stepped forward. The elegant alien leader extended a hand toward Evelyn, his silvery skin reflecting the lights around them. "Together," Kale said softly. Evelyn took his hand firmly, nodding. "Together." The audience erupted into cheers again, louder now, filled with genuine hope and excitement. Months passed, and the galaxy slowly began to heal. The newly formed alliance brought stability, cooperation, and peace. Evelyn watched the progress from the observation deck aboard the Aurora, Earth now a symbol of resilience for countless worlds. Kale stood beside her, observing the stars silently. "You've done it," he said quietly. "You've united the galaxy." Evelyn smiled softly. "We did it, Kale. Together, we've shown the galaxy the power of unity. And we've shown them that humanity was never an anomaly, but an asset." Kale looked at her, his expression softening. "You gave us hope." Evelyn met his gaze with quiet confidence. "That's the beauty of humanity. We create hope even in the darkest times." As the Aurora drifted gently through space, Evelyn Rayne looked at the endless expanse before her. The stars stretched out infinitely, promising new worlds, new challenges, and new alliances. She placed a hand gently on the observation deck's window, her reflection meeting her gaze. The journey wasn't over, it had just begun. But for the first time, humanity was not alone in facing the unknown. They stood united, not as conquerors, but as explorers. Captain Evelyn Rayne had led her people through the darkest storm. Now she stood in the dawn of a new era, ready for whatever came next, knowing they would face it together. Subscribe now to follow humanity's journey into this brave new era. The adventure is only beginning.